A new study shows millennials in the United States are in big trouble when it comes to buying their own home. Most 18 to 34-year-olds have saved almost nothing for a deposit. Here's how they compare to the French and the Chinese. 35% of US millennials own a house, compared to 41% in France, 70% in China. 80% of US millennials, those who don't own a house, plan to buy one in the next 5 years. 69% in France, 91% in China. And 28% of US millennial homeowners had to move in with their parents and save up for their homes, compared to just 20% in China, only 14% in France. Let's go to our editor-at-large. He is in Paris now. And I know you have very close contact with millennials. I believe you have at least one or two children who fall into that category. Let me start with insulting them for a moment. Tim Gurner, a millionaire property developer in Australia, said young people could get a foot on the ladder, the property ladder, if they stopped eating smashed avocado on toast and $4 coffees. In other words, he stopped treating themselves so well. What do you think about that, Craig?
Well, I know for a fact that your love of millennials is a regular topic of discussion in every Starbucks in Istanbul and London. So I think we have to start from there. Well, this has very little to do with avocado toast, even though it's cute. The interesting thing here is that property, housing, is the statistic. It is the mother of all statistics, regardless of your ideological persuasion. It's kind of like the Rolling Stones song. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need.
Yeah, word perfect, Craig. I love it.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, but what this survey, this very important survey does is that millennials want homes. They want to own homes, yeah, but they just don't have the money. They don't have the money.
Craig, wait a minute. You don't always get what you want, but you might get what you need. Okay, so let's just take up that millionaire's complaint. Why is it so obvious now that people are spending money so ostentatiously? They're going on holidays constantly, personal trainers, bungee jumping. The photographs are posted all over social media. They want experiences, not things. That's apparently how they spend their money.
You're turning into a grumpy old anchor man, my friend.
Well, I haven't been on holiday for a while. It's getting on my nerves.
No, it's, what it is, it's probably the law of diminishing marginal utility. It has to really do with interest rates. Because if you look at how much it costs to buy a home, even though interest rates are low, people just don't have the down payments. I mean, let's just look at 3 countries here for a moment. We talked about France, where your interest rate is about 2.7%. You look at the USA, where the interest rate right now is about 3.95. Now let's look at Turkey for a second, where the government did something really interesting. So interesting that the World Bank, in a recent report, called the Turkish housing market, quote, laudable, unquote. It has some challenges. But what happened is the government realized that interest rates were like, I think at one point, 19%, were way too high. So they said, stop it, lower these rates. They lowered the rates, and then last year, this led to, according to the statistics, a 71% increase in mortgage house sales over 2016. Now, on top of that, the cheaper lira, according to the stats, has also attracted your millennial lifestyle home buyers to Istanbul because Istanbul is a marvelous city to live in. So there are lots of factors at work here. You can't do that in New York because the prices are too darn high, and you're not getting any vigorous back on the exchange rate.
And if any millennials need defending out there, our millennial advocate-in-chief, Craig Copetas, is available by the hour.